Hey, friends and fans, it's James Black here. I'm with sometimes producer Nick Lemire. I was going to say I'm producer James, aren't I?
And
Drew
producer.
Dekes. And yeah, we're a little discombobulated right now because we're just coming off our Tyler Toffoli trade reaction. And we will link in this video to our full reaction. Just want to get right into it, though. This is a weekly roundup. We're going to go through a lot of all the stories around the team, the Montreal Canadiens this week. And I think we just got to get off our chest, guys. Immediate reaction to the Tyler Toffoli trade, real quick.
Pissed but happy, but mixed emotions. Let's leave it at that.
Yeah. And you as well, Drew, with your dog Sherman. How's he reacting to this this news?
Well, as you can see, he's got his head buried, so he's very sad. No, you know what? Like that's why, like on our last roundup, Toffoli came to mind as one of those, because everyone's been talking about Sherratt and Petry, maybe Lecky and whatever Gallagher rumors and this and that, which I think Galley might stay, but Toffoli really sprung to mind for me because of how he's playing, the veteran presence, the numbers he put up with us last year, the playoff run, just a lot of beautiful goals. I mean, he led the team in goals last year, so my initial reaction was bittersweet. You try to process it in such a short amount of time, but if you look at the return alone, Montreal definitely got a good haul for just one player in Tyler Toffoli. Yeah. So if you focus on that in the future, that hopefully this is going to help to rebuild. This is the beginning stages of it by the looks of it. Then you can feel really good. Personally, for me, the memories that Tyler Toffoli gave us in that Stanley Cup run. I mean, that's why I got him up on my wall on both sides here. Really enjoyed having him while he was here. I know he loved being in Montreal too, as did his wife. So really, I'm happy that we got to enjoy him while we did. One of the best last signings of the Marc Bergevin era. That's when you knew last season was getting real. Was when we signed Tyler Toffoli for 4 years at just over $4 million. I mean, the production we got out of him, it was a steal if you look at that. And now we get something pretty good in return, a first-round pick. The Pitlick brothers reuniting here, another draft pick, another prospect. So really, this initial reaction it's bittersweet, but it's going to be more sweet in the long term.
Yep. No, thanks for that. And as I mentioned, if you're watching today, just subscribe, hit that like button. And you know what? We also had a full Tyler Toffoli reaction. We don't want to take up too much airtime today on this because we know it's a lot to digest. So I'll post the link above and in the comments below. All right. So this obviously was a monumental week. Roughly 4.5 days ago or so, Martin St. Louis addressed the media. He is now the new head coach of the Montreal Canadiens, a guy who had a history with the team growing up, and immediate impact on the vibe in the locker room, obviously, immediate impact behind the bench. You could see the energy that he's demonstrating from game to game. More, how shall I put it, animated than prior coaches. And yeah, like
a
pulse, blood flowing, things like this, right? So no doubt that Dominic was a passionate guy, but sometimes players respond to people who seem to care about the game as much as they do. So again, not trying to be mean. Point being is that this move was obviously meant to compel and nurture some of the younger, more foundational pieces on the team to develop and perform at a higher level. Immediate impact on that front. And Nick, what have you seen? His impact on players like Cole Caudfield, Ryan Poehling. What do you see in these first 3 games that he's already coached?
I'm really happy with what I've seen so far. I think that everything he said during his press conference, he's already applied behind the bench. As you said, very animated. You see his reactions when the players score. He's pumped behind the bench, and he's constantly moving side to side, talking. He's got the iPad in his hands, talking with either Suzuki, Caudfield, Poehling. He's really a kid guy, The kids are playing, the kids are having fun, and I think fun is the thing that we need to discuss. Is the kids seem to be, they're not playing super tight anymore. It's more relaxed. Go with the flow. You've got nothing to lose at this point. I don't think we deserve the outcomes of the last 3 games since he's been here. It's been a lot more positive than negative. Obviously, there's still a lot of stuff that this team needs to work on, but his immediate impact on Cole Caudfield scoring 3 goals. Let's be honest, that third goal is a goal in our hearts.
Yep.
3 goals in 2 games. Ryan Poehling's been absolutely amazing. Suzuki playing key minutes, Romanov as well. So really happy with what we've been seeing and the commitment that he's given already to this team.
Yeah. And Drew, what has your impression been on his impact on the team and his vibe amongst the players?
Well, I think one of the first things we said last week was that, he doesn't like systems, right? And he wants guys to he'd rather them make a good read than no read at all on a play. So I think you're seeing the guys freewheeling a bit more, having a bit more creative freedom to play their game and rediscover their game. I mean, like Annik said, like Poehling's been just a breath of fresh air this year, really discovering himself, really finding himself as an NHL, full timer, if you will. And I mean, on Cole Caudfield's goal, you got something to say there, sure? On Cole Caudfield's goal, getting the assist and then assisting on a through the legs pass on Yoel Armia's goal yesterday. So just beautiful stuff from the young kids, right? I mean, we're seeing, and I touched on this briefly in my own video yesterday, but Brett Kulak, I mean, just seeing guys, and of course David Savard is out of the lineup too. Like the defense is depleted as it is, but I remember when Kulak first came here and you kind of saw the good wheels that he has. And I love when he pinches because he never makes, at least he hasn't so far seemed to make a bad pinch when he's trying to create some offense. He scored 5 goals in his first season with us. And it was just he's just been quietly good. Not a lot of people talk about Brett Kulak. He's not a high cap hit. We don't know if he's going to stick around with the Habs, but just seeing players like him step up in the absence of other players and just try to create something. Even in the Stanley Cup final last year, when the only game we won against Tampa, Kulak was a significant factor in that game when Josh Anderson scored the overtime goal. So just the way he can carry the puck up the ice, he's got silky smooth skates, and he's underrated. And I just think that players like him deserve a bit more airtime. So that's why I'm talking about him. But in terms of Marty, I mean, you can see now that this is what he's dealing with, right? So I think it wasn't really about him showing up and then all of a sudden just getting his first NHL win out of the way and let's celebrate. No, it's about the process of, okay, this is your team, this is your problem now, and you got to fix it as best you can in this interim role that you have. And we got to be patient with Martin St. Louis also. I mean, he's only coached 3 games. So at this stage of the game, you can see the impact he's having. It's very clear the rebuild is underway, especially with Toffoli going today, and the fact that he's, like Annik said, all about the kids and building them up and seeing the potential that this lineup has. And it starts with the young players.
Right. Yeah. And I think one player that you'll see this relationship form a bond around is Jonathan Drouin. And obviously still out with upper body injury, but there's history there. And I think these are players that could connect, in some form or fashion. And I'm interested to see where that goes. So hopefully we see it this season, because we don't, to my knowledge, know when Jonathan's supposed to be back. So yeah. Well, until then, the team continues to lose games. In fact, 10 losing game streak here. The roaring hasn't happened since the roaring 20s, as in like 100 years ago, almost 1925. So losing streaks, obviously, in most cases in Montreal are terrible things. It ruins everyone's mood.
Well, look how happy Annik is. It can't be all that bad.
Yeah, because it's
we said we wanted to break records. We're breaking them, all right.
Yeah. Well, I mean, this is a necessary burden of a rebuild, and quite honestly, I mean, they're losing games. They're much closer than they were in the Double D era, and Buffalo, not the greatest team, but they did play very well and played a tight game, and you just have to look forward to the moral victories, I think, more than the actual victories. Do you guys buy that? Can you go throughout the season and build with a predominantly losing result, or is St. Louis going to have to win some games? Does the team have to win some games behind him to prove to management that he should be sticking around beyond the season?
For me, I've said it from the start. If I'm okay with losing, if I see a collaborative effort, if I see some positives coming out of it, like these past 3 games, we lost, but tons of positives and tons of changes already. So if we go the rest of the season not winning one single game, but seeing constant improvement, I'm fine with that. Obviously, you'd want to get a few W's in there for Marty to get rewarded, for the guys also to see that it's benefiting them. That'd be huge. But if we keep seeing constant improvement like we're seeing right now, I think that's key to Martin proving that he's doing what he said he would. Give him a shot, see where it goes. It's going well. Perfect. Can it go better? Probably with the changes that are coming too. Like you just lost Tyler Toffoli on your first line. How's that going to impact the next few games? You know, Suzuki's used to playing with him. So it's going to be a good change, a bad change. How are we going to adapt to it? So it all depends on the moves that are going to be made by the end of the season. I think that's going to be a key impact.
Sure.
Yeah, just the whole losing thing, though. I mean, yeah, like I think we're gonna have more L's than W's by the end of the season. But
Yeah.
my thing too is, you know, fans will now start to be returning to the Bell Center very shortly and other Canadian rinks. Like, thank God. So I think once you get some energy back in the building, and once these few trades that, like, we just started the trade market, like the trade market's open, by the way, if you didn't know, in Montreal. So like that, with that being said, does that make it harder for us to get some W's before the season's out in front of fans? Maybe, but if you get some and you see the flashes of the kids and you really start letting them take over before the end of the season and just showing, hey, like, this is what we have to deal with looking forward, and give the fans something to cheer about before the season's up. If that means Carey comes back, I don't know. I don't really care at this point if he does or doesn't. Like, I just want to see something positive, like we always strive for on Habs Tonight, and that's all we can ask for. So I think if we see the kids get more of an opportunity, which it looks like we're going to, Habsitivity, thank you very much. Shout out to us for coining that phrase. But trademark, but habstonight.net, get your shirt. So anyway, I think that long story short, we know we're going to get more L's. We're going to get a high draft pick. We're going to get 2 now. We got another first round pick with the Toffoli deal, but we want to see the fans cheering in the stands for at least a few games, and, you know, just making the guys feel good about wearing that logo on their chest again, because that's what we're about, is, you know, having pride in wearing that logo, and the players, of course, know that more than anything else. So I just want to see that, and I want to see St. Louis start to build a new culture, a new brand for this Montreal Canadiens fan base to get excited about. So however you have to do that through some more pain before the end of the season, that's fine. But we want to see flashes of what we have to look forward to. That's what we want.
Yeah. Well, you gotta have, you can't skip leg day, right? This is the Martin St. Louis, known for his lower body strength. You can't skip leg day because it builds the foundation for everything else that you want to do with your performance, with your training. And I think right now we are in the midst of a metaphorical leg day, as far as just trying to build a new foundation with the team and get ready for what comes next. So take that. All right. So the Hamburglar, Andrew Hammond, we had a goalie crisis this season. We've been talking about it all year. Obviously, you can't have Caden Primo go out there and get yanked every single game. It will destroy his confidence. You won't know what's up from down, and it just isn't a sustainable way to develop a young goaltender. So we bring Andrew into the mix. We send Primo back to the AHL, and back to Laval, and where's that put us, guys? Like, what are we expecting here? Is this just, someone who hasn't played much in the last 2 years, now filling some time between the pipes? What are we expecting Andrew to do? What are we expecting that position to be over the next few months?
Honestly, if I'm being completely honest, I did not know this guy was still around. I mean, hasn't played in the league since 2018, played 56 NHL games, but he still has that regular season and playoff experience. Even though we don't need the playoff experience right now, he's got more experience than Caden Primo, and I think that's what's important. You said it right. Caden's confidence was just being shook on a daily basis. Not good for his development. The kid is clearly not ready. Send him back to Laval. Let him focus on that. They've got a good team, a good run going over there. That's perfect for him. As for Andrew Hammond, I mean, if he sees time behind between the pipes, I'm more than okay with it. But it's great for Montembeault as well, because he's not 100% back from his wrist injury, which is not ideal. But the kid deserves so much better. He's playing these awesome games and he can't string a W. You got to feel for Samuel Montembeault right now. Shout out to him for the smile he keeps putting on every day. I mean, it's not easy. I can't imagine what he's going through, but he's getting a hell of a lot of experience right now, and he's going to be able to use that throughout his career. So I'm happy he's got at least a solid backup to a backup to a backup at this point. I mean, I don't know. If we see him this week, maybe. Do you give him a shot this week, or do you keep Samuel between the pipes, or you let him rest his wrist? I guess that's the main question.
For me, I want to edit this title, so I'm changing it right on the fly here, guys.
The
because
Habburglar.
Thank you very much. It is the Hamburglar. Thank
Oh.
you very much. Thank you. You know it.
Oh, yeah.
So let's get it right for starters. Let's get his name right, Mr. Andrew Hammond here. His nickname is the Habburglar now. So just we got to have a little bit of fun, right?
Trademark.
So yeah, trademark.
Yeah.
Thank you. So I mean, guys named Andrew with red hair and red beards. I'm not opposed to that.
Mhm.
That sounds strange, I know, but I don't know. I relate to him.
It is Valentine's Day. Well,
I relate to the guy personally. I think he's a handsome man. So
go on.
So,
Tell us more.
yeah, I know. I'm just I'm in a funny mood. But
It's just
It's leg day.
it's leg day, guys. We got to do our reps, okay? So I got to acknowledge it when they make a good signing, and the guy looks like me and has my same.
This season's
name,
been a
okay?
struggle in more ways than one. Yeah.
So, anyways,
back
Andrew
to
Hammond,
hockey.
you got to throw back to hockey. So you got to throw somebody else to the wolves and not have it not be Caden Primo, worst case scenario. But you know what? Like
Mhm.
that doesn't mean anything. Andrew Hammond's just happy to have a job again in the NHL. Do you think he cares? No. Like he knows what to expect. And I'm just glad that we didn't throw him in yesterday against Buffalo, because as you can see, Buffalo wasn't a slouch, and we had Sam Montembeault playing lights out and still couldn't get past them. So it's just a nice, quick little fun move for the Canadiens. I mean, the Habburglar thing is there, but at least it's someone that fans know, so it's something to talk about. And the main thing is to get Caden Primo back down to Laval. So let's get him a Calder Cup, hopefully, or at least give Caden a chance to get his confidence back, because it was doing this all season as he was called up twice. And now it's time to just let him develop again, because realistically, he shouldn't have been here anyway.
Yeah.
Sputtering is what I would call it. Okay, well, enough on that one. We know that likely, I'm not going to presume anything, but I think it would be tough to imagine a situation where we see Carey this season with what we're hearing.
Yeah.
And Jake Allen's still recovering. So yeah, it's just a bad situation. But yeah, Monty, he gets if there's an award for someone who just like, despite everything working against him, has performed admirably, let's give him that award at the end of the
the
season.
Molson Cup, which he's
1000%.
probably going to win every month.
The which one? What's it called?
The Molson Cup.
Yeah. Like free case of beer or whatever. Yeah, he's earned it.
Are we going
Molson.
to end on a high note talking about Jeff Petry right now?
We have to. We got to get into the Petri dish. So we talk about trades. We did talk about on our trade deadline or trade reaction show. It's not the deadline yet. The Tyler Toffoli, Ben Sherratt. But we didn't really touch on the Jeff Petry saga. Lasers a shot in yesterday. Looks like you know what? Management's making calls. We got an offensive defenseman here. What do you want? You want this guy on your power play? He's looking good. Look at that shot. What do you expect we're going to get from him? Because he's gone, right? Like we're
going to get John Klingberg for him. That's what we're getting. No, I'm just kidding.
Shut up.
I don't know.
That's the dream.
That's the dream, but
probably
is it
not realistic.
No.
Just a living room GM type dream.
Mm-hmm.
Listen, Jeff Petry, you can't really base his value on his season this year. It's clearly not representative of what he's worth. If you take a look at his past stats and his past season, he's the type of guy that could probably go fetch you a first, or probably the same amount as Ben Sherratt. I don't know. The talks are very popular throughout the league right now, according to who was it, Pierre Lebrun, who mentioned that yesterday. So again, a lot more speculation right now than anything else. It just seems like a yo-yo. He makes bad plays, bad reads, but strings a goal in yesterday, takes a dumb penalty, and then gives up the puck, gives up a goal. We lose the lead. There's no consistency, I guess. That's the word that I'm going to revert to is consistency from Jeff Petry. Do I agree with the way he's being treated on social? Probably not. I mean, it's pretty excessive. I mean, let's calm down. Mm-hmm. But there's also another part of me that's saying, well, I mean, he's not playing the way we know he should. He's making bonehead moves, but I don't know. But you have to assume that, yes, he is gone by the end of the season. That will be my bet.
So, yeah, Drew,
you want to pitch yourself on the ground
lemonade somehow. Go for it.
I thought a lot about this today before coming on. I was like, I felt like I was because I have my own channel going again, and the last 2 games, Petry was the reason we lost both of them. If you really, really look at it, the game against Columbus, the penalty, of course, that eventually Patrick Laine ended the game for Columbus and got the win, and then of course yesterday with Jeff Skinner on the breakaway, Petry again. And after he scored a beautiful slap shot, like oh my gosh, like it's like Petry came all alive again, and then quickly right back down to the season he's been having. So I think in terms of Habs tonight and the way I try to look at players and the way I've tried to respect the players as people first, I totally get it. Like I totally understand. Like the rug's been swept out from under him this entire season, and honestly, it just keeps getting swept out from under him.
Yeah.
David Savard going down after Joel Edmondson not being here, Shea Weber out.
Now Ben Sherratt.
Now Ben Sherratt was out of the lineup yesterday too. Don't forget, like Ben Sherratt was out of the lineup too, and now probably out of the city anytime now. So for Jeff Petry, I am starting to. I thought about it more, and I do feel for him because I was kind of poking fun at him a little bit and trying to keep it good spirited despite his mistakes. But I mean, I do feel for the guy. I'm not going to lie to you. Like just his family circumstance. We all know people and players that are close to us, including this show, that have been away from their family and how hard that is. Like, guys, you're not yourself. Jeff Petry's not himself right now. He's lost.
We don't know what's going on.
We don't know what's going on. Like, I just think that, like, if I really think deeply about the human being of Jeff Petry, like the guy's a bit of a lost soul right now at work as a Montreal Canadian. And I just think that I wish the best for him no matter what happens going forward here. I do hope we get a great return for him, but again, I just hope the best for him. Yeah. And he gave us a lot of great years, guys. Like he gave us a lot. And he had a lot better backup before the season. He's had like no support system. So am I surprised that this is all collapsing before Jeff Petry? No, I'm not. Even him the other day when he got his penalty before the line winning goal, you could see it on his face. He just didn't even know how to react. He just didn't even know, like, and then yesterday it happened with Skinner. Like, there's no feeling there. Like he's lost, guys. Like, so I just think you let the best possible scenario work out for him and for the Canadiens. And if that means parting ways, then that could happen before the end of this week for all we know. So
yeah, it's going to be, I think that whatever trade they pull off for Petry, because he's gone, is going to be almost like an indication of how savvy, Hughes and Gordon are at working a market. Because as you say, there's a huge sell job here of saying, here's a guy who's had a terrible season, but very recent, within a year of, exemplary performance. A year ago,
we were calling him a Norris candidate. Like,
like this channel's almost a year old, and we were like talking about him going for Norris.
Yeah.
So you look at
situation man, like 3 months ago. Jeez.
He still is beautiful, man. But
like, yeah, I feel for him, man. I feel for him.
And then he lasers a shot in last night, and you go, okay, do you need, like, he's got power play capabilities? Like, there's things he could do on a good team, and
he can turn this around. I think that's the main thing. On a great team, he can turn this around in no time and benefit that team that's going into a playoff push or anything. Again, depending on what's going on in his personal life too. If it's something that's might affect him, but if he's put in a good situation, it's going to turn him around right away, and whoever's going to get him is going to benefit from that.
Yeah, no, I agree.
He's a leader too, and like again, like I just think he needs a fresh start in some way, shape, or form. He's a victim of circumstance to a point. Like, this is not all on him.
No,
we've been frustrated. We've been honest, but I mean, if we're just like the Montreal media has been dumping on him, and it's like, we know. Like, do you have to live tweet every single thing the guy does? It's annoying.
Don't need to add more gas to the fire right now. We know it's shit. Don't need to fire it up.
Yeah. Like, I was getting caught up in it myself, and I'm just like, what am I doing? I look like everybody else. And that's not what our show is about. That's why we're different. That's why, so anyway, that's enough on that, but I really wish the best for him.
Yeah, we do too. And we know he's not watching this, but if you are, hey man,
hi Jeff.
We got your back. You think you're great.
You're still beautiful. No matter what.
You might have to be beautiful somewhere else, but that's okay. We'll
clearly still Valentine's Day today on this show.
It is beautiful man.
Love is in the air, guys. Get over it. All right.
A lot of just man love happening right now. Okay.
There's some man love, and it's okay.
You redheaded beauty.
I choose you, Jeff Petry.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
All right. Well, on that happy note, we do want to say thank you, Tyler Toffoli and Kat Toffoli. What a great couple. Thanks for blessing us with your vibes these last couple seasons. been one of the highlights, obviously, as a fan to watch that unfold here in Montreal. No, we don't. We know you don't want to leave. Calgary is not as nice as Montreal. That's a fact. But you enjoy it. Go on that playoff run with Daryl Sutter and the boys. What's going on there, Nick?
I don't know. I'm trying to mimic Drew.
I'm just pointing to my 2 Tyler Toffoli pictures right now. So
you trying to do dance?
Oh, there we go. Yeah.
Sorry for confusing it, doing disco moves over here. Sorry.
With that, hit like if you enjoyed this show, and please subscribe if you're not a subscriber. And we did have a live Tyler Toffoli trade reaction before this show. We have linked it. And yeah, that's about it for now. If you want some Habs Tonight merch, if you're feeling the Habs-ativity on where is my little, yep, there we go. It is Valentine's Day. Treat yourself. Okay. HabsTonight.net. We ship to the US, we ship to Canada, anywhere really. And from that, we'll be here. We'll be here for any breaking trades. We'll be here for any breaking reactions to games. We'll be here for Drew's dog's next walk if we have to. Okay. We want to make sure that whatever you, the fans, want
or next nap
is what you're going to get here on Habs Tonight. So hit those comments as well. Let us know what you like in here. And once again, Annik, Drew, thank you. Have a great Valentine's Day. We'll see you soon.
Peace.
Cheers.